In chapter triangles, we will now see the basic concept for practice set 3.3. This is very important for 9th and also for 10th. Now see, we know the test of congruence of triangles. We have learned it previously. We know there are 5 tests of congruence of triangles. Which are they? SAS test, ASA test, SSS test, hypotenuse side test and SAA test. These are the 5 tests of congruence of two triangles. Now using this test we will prove the very important theorem which is called as isosceles triangle theorem. The very important theorem which is shortly called as isosceles triangle theorem. What is the statement of this theorem? What is the statement of this theorem? The statement is, if two sides of a triangle are congruent, if two sides of a triangle are congruent, then the angles opposite to them are also congruent. If two sides of a triangle are congruent, then we have to prove that the angles opposite to them, they are also congruent. Then what is given? See figure. In triangle ABC, we can see that we have given that two sides are congruent. Then we say side AB is congruent to side AC. You may say segment AB. You can write segment AB congruent to segment AC. What we have to prove? The part after then is to prove. What is that? The angles opposite to them are also congruent. Then opposite angle of side AB is angle C and opposite angle of side AC is angle B. That means we have to prove that angle B is congruent to angle C. See, I have written the angle in one letter only. You may write angle B as angle ABC, angle C as angle ACB, but it is convenient to write here the angles in one letter because there are only one angle. Therefore, you may use single letter also. Now see, there is some construction. What is the construction for proving this theorem? Now draw angle bisector of angle BAC. Right, draw angle bisector of angle BAC. This is angle bisector. That means these two angles are congruent, which intersect BC at point D. That means you may write ray AD is the angle bisector of angle BAC or angle A. This is our construction. Now see. Now there are two triangles here formed. Therefore, write down in triangle this one in triangle ABD and in triangle ACD. Now see, this triangle you may write as triangle ADB and the corresponding triangle is triangle ADC. You may write this triangle as triangle BAD and next corresponding CAD. Now I have written in triangle ABD and triangle ACD. Now see, segment AB is congruent to segment AC. Why? It is the given. It is the given part. Side AB is congruent to side AC. That means same as segment AB is congruent to segment AC, which is given. Now angle BAD, see this one, is congruent to angle CAD. Why? Because we have do this construction. AD is the angle bisector. Therefore, these two angles must be congruent. Angle BAD, see figure, is congruent to angle CAD. and segment AD is congruent to segment AD. Why it is congruent? It is a common side. It is in this triangle also and it is in this triangle also, and therefore these two triangles are congruent by which test? SAS test. Therefore these two triangles are congruent by SAS test. And if the two triangles are congruent, their corresponding elements, that means corresponding sides or corresponding angles, are also congruent, and therefore angle B is congruent to angle C. Angle B is congruent to angle C. Now see, its converse is also true. Now its converse is also true. It's the theorem of the converse is not expected in this year. But what will be the converse of isosceles triangle theorem? What will be the converse of isosceles triangle? If the two angles of a triangle are congruent, if the two angles of a triangle are congruent, then the opposite side to them are also congruent. Now see, remember this converse of isosceles triangle theorem we have to use in 9th standard also and in 10th standard also. What will be the converse of this isosceles triangle? If the two angles of a triangle are congruent, if the two angles of a triangle are congruent, then the side opposite to them are also congruent. Now we will consider next 30, 60, 90 triangle theorem. This theorem is also very important. Shortly we called it as 30, 60, 90 triangle theorem. This is very important. We use it in solving the problem, or in exam also this theorem can be asked to prove. What is the statement of this theorem? In 30, 60, 90 triangle, that means if the angles of a triangle are 30, 60, 90, the length of the side opposite to 30 degree, the length of the side opposite to 30 degree angle is half of the hypotenuse. Now we have drawn here angle ABC, where angle A is how much? 30 degree. They have given the triangle 30, 60, 90. Angle B is 90 degree and angle C is 60 degree. Now what we have to prove? That the length of the side opposite to 30. Now what is the side opposite to 30 degree? BC. The length opposite to 30 degree angle is, what we have to prove? That is half of the hypotenuse. And what is the hypotenuse? AC. That means we have to prove that BC equal to half AC. Now we have to do some construction. Remember this construction. Now see, on the ray CB, on the ray CB, take a point D, take a point D such that BC equal to BD. Segment BC is congruent to segment BD. Again say, on the ray CB, take a point D such that BC equal to BD. Now draw segment AD. Join point A and D. Join point A and D. Now here there are two triangles. We will prove these two triangles as congruent triangles. Therefore in triangle ABC and in triangle ABD, segment AB is congruent to segment AB. Why? It is common side to both the triangles. Segment AB is congruent to segment AB. Angle ABC is congruent to angle ABD. Why? It is each 90. This angle is 90. Therefore this angle must be 90. They are angles in linear pair. Therefore angle ABC is congruent to angle ABD because each 90 degree, and segment BC is congruent to segment BD. Why? We have do this construction. These two segments are congruent in our construction. Segment BC is congruent to segment BD, and therefore triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ABD by which test? SAS test. SAS test. And therefore angle C is congruent to angle D. Why? These are the corresponding sides, corresponding angles of congruent triangle. If the two triangles are congruent, the corresponding sides, the remaining corresponding sides and the remaining corresponding angles are also congruent, and therefore angle C is congruent to angle D, corresponding angles of congruent triangle. Now see, measure of angle C is 60, therefore measure of angle D must be 60. Now see, in triangle ADB, this is 60, this angle is 60, and this angle is congruent to this angle, therefore total A is also 60, and therefore triangle ADC, bigger one, triangle ADC is equilateral triangle. Why equilateral? Because all the three angles have measure 60 degree, and therefore it is a equilateral triangle. Since it is a equilateral triangle, all sides are congruent. Therefore AD is congruent to AC is congruent to CD, since it is a equilateral triangle. But BC equal to half CD. Why BC equal to half CD? Because we have done this construction. We have taken the point D such that BC equal to BD. Therefore BC is half CD. Now instead of CD, write down AC from equation 1. Instead of CD, write down AC. And this is nothing but we have proved that the side opposite to 30 degree, is half that of hypotenuse. What is 30, 60, 90 triangle theorem? In 30, 60, 90 triangle theorem, the side opposite to 30 is half that of hypotenuse. Means if AC equal to 12 centimeter, what will be BC? It is 6 centimeter. If AC equal to 10 centimeter, what will be BC? It is 5 centimeter. Now, the next part of this theorem is explained here. The next part of 30, 60, 90 triangle is explained here. What is that? In 30, 60, 90 triangle, the length of side opposite to 60 degree. The length of side opposite to 60 degrees root 3 upon 2 into hypotenuse. Then what is given? In triangle ABC, A equal to 30 degree, B equal to 90 degree, C equal to 60 degree. What we have to prove? That the side opposite to 60 means AB is root 3 upon 2 into hypotenuse means AC. Now previously we have learned that BC equal to half AC. Side opposite to 30 is 1/2 into hypotenuse. Therefore now in right angle triangle ABC, AB square plus BC square equal to AC square. Which theorem this is? Pythagoras theorem. AB square write down as it is. Instead of BC write down half AC. Instead of BC write down half AC. Bracket square equal to AC square. AB square, 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, AC square equal to. Now take this term to that side. Now it is AB square equal to, this is 1 upon 1 means 1 upon 1 minus 1 upon 4 AC square. And therefore AB square equal to, cross multiply, 4 minus 1, 3 upon 4 AC square. Taking square roots of both sides, we will get AB equal to, square root of 3 is root 3, square root of 4 is 2, and this AC. That means side opposite to 60 degree. Side opposite to 60 degrees, root 3 upon 2 into hypotenuse. Now, next theorem is also important, which is 45-45-90 theorem. It can be asked in exam also, or we will use it in solving the problem. It is very simple one. What is the statement of this theorem? Shortly we call it as 45-45-90 theorem. What is the statement of this theorem? In 45-45-90 triangle, the length of each side containing the right angle, the length of each side containing the right angle is 1 upon root 2 into hypotenuse. Then what is the given part? See figure. In triangle ABC, angle B is 90, angle A is 45, angle C is 45. What we have to prove? That the length of each side containing right angles, that means side AB and side BC. It is means AB equal to BC equal to 1 upon root 2 into hypotenuse, means AC. Now here angle C is congruent to angle A is congruent to angle C. Why? It is given. Each angle is of 45 degree. And if the two angles are congruent, the side opposite to them are also congruent. The side opposite to them are also congruent. It is the converse of isosceles triangle theorem. It is the converse of isosceles, or you may use here right angle. It is right angle triangle, therefore you can use Pythagoras theorem. AB square plus BC square equal to AC square. AB square, instead of BC I can write AB again, because these two sides are congruent. If the two angles are congruent, the side opposite to them are also congruent. Which theorem? Converse of isosceles triangle theorem. We have seen only statement of this converse of isosceles triangle. Proof is not expected for this year. Equal to AC square. Now 1 AB square plus 1 AB square, twice AB square, equal to AC square. Now 2 it will be in denominator. It is multiplication, therefore it will be in division. Now taking square roots, we will get AB equal to, square root of 1 is 1, square root of 2 is root 2, and AC. Since AB equal to 1 upon root 2 into AC, also BC equal to 1 upon root 2 into AC. Why? Because these two sides are congruent. This is called as 45-45-90 triangle theorem. Now we have learned this in 8th standard. See the figure. In triangle ABC, point D is the midpoint of segment BC, and therefore segment AD is called the median of triangle ABC. Now see here, in second figure, D is the midpoint of BC, therefore AD is the median, first one. Also take E is the midpoint of AC, and therefore second median is B. Also take F as the midpoint of AB, and therefore CF is the third median. and these three medians intersect each other at point C, suppose G, and this G is called the centroid of triangle ABC. If three medians meet each other at point G, then that point G is called the centroid of triangle ABC. Now, if we draw these medians, and if we measure the length of AJ and GD, then G divides median in the ratio 2:1. That means if AG is 4 centimeter, GD must be 2 centimeter. If AG is 10 centimeter, GD must be 5 centimeter. You draw a triangle and also median and check this statement. G divides medians in ratio 2:1. If you draw medians, that means if you take midpoint as D, E, F, and if you join them, then the G is the centroid of triangle ABC. And if you measure AG upon GD ratio, it is always 2:1. That means if AG is 10, GD must be 5. That is AJ upon GD is 2:1. BJ upon GE is also 2:1, and CG upon GF is also 2:1. Now, we will consider only statement of this theorem. Theorem is, in right angle triangle, the length of the median of the hypotenuse. In right angle triangle, the length of the median of the hypotenuse is half of the hypotenuse. It is very important for solving the problem. See, in triangle ABC, B equal to 90. That means it is a right angle triangle. And now, take D is the midpoint of AC. Therefore, BD will be median. BD will be median. What we have to prove that? The length of the median means BD is half of the hypotenuse. In right angle triangle, the length of the median is half of the hypotenuse. Now in practice set 3.3, problem 2 is based on this theorem.